In this video, we're going to cover various printer options when printing an invoice from within Reporter Suite. So one thing that is going to be a variable is the browser that you happen to be using. We highly recommend Chrome. Firefox is great, Safari is great, and certain versions of Internet Explorer also perform well. So within this view, you're looking at Chrome. And if I were to go ahead and click the print icon, you'll see that we'll get our preview. Now, right within this print dialog box, I can select the layout, the pages. In this case, it's a single invoice on a single page. But what's important to note is if I click on this More Settings, you'll notice this option for headers and footers. We've got a handful of emails from users saying that they didn't like that we were printing our own website on invoices. But the thing is this isn't our software that's doing that. It's actually a feature of your printer. So in this case, as soon as I select headers and footers, you'll notice our address is at the bottom to this invoice along with a date and then the path, which is View Invoice Reporter Suite. And we certainly don't want that on a printed invoice. So make sure that you've got headers and footers disabled. And then also, if you need to scale the invoice down a bit, for instance, if you had a lot of line items on there and it was pouring into a second page, you could always just shrink it a little bit to ensure that you're getting everything on one page. There's also a handful of different browsers also have this notion of shrink to fit so that you can get everything on a single page. But what I'd like to do now is show you what these same settings look like in Internet Explorer. So I'm going to drag Internet Explorer into view, and this is the same exact invoice. If I go ahead and hit print, you'll notice a vastly different interface. However, the features are nearly identical. So in this case, instead of a checkbox, it's a drop-down in Internet Explorer, and this is IE Edge. So if I select On, you'll notice that all of a sudden now we've got a link to the address and the same information that we saw before. I want to go ahead and select Off. And then as far as scale is concerned within Internet Explorer, you can select various increments. So if I select 50%, it's going to be fairly tiny. I'll go ahead and select 100%, and you'll see that it fills up the screen nicely. Of course, you also have your orientation and things like that. So that's how you can adjust your printer preferences to ensure that the end result is going to be what you would expect. So I'll move Internet Explorer out of the way. One other thing I wanted to mention too was, unlike in previous versions of Reporter Suite where you had to print as a PDF, now within Reporter Suite you can download a PDF directly. So if I click on Download PDF, a new tab is going to open, and then you'll notice, let me minimize my screen a little, you'll notice that we've downloaded a new PDF file. And if I go ahead and open that, you'll see that it's our invoice only in PDF format that we can then send or just keep for record keeping purposes. So I hope this video helps shed some light on some of the features that you'll find within your printer properties in order to clean up the printed output of an invoice. Thanks for watching.